Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here. Today is January 28th, and today I wanted to make a quick video to discuss with you one of our favorite trade setups. Now, the reason I'm making this video today is that we are going to be conducting a webinar on January 30th at 1 p.m. I'm going to put a link, Central Time, by the way. I'm going to put a link in the notes section just below this video. If you get this video before the 30th and you want to register and attend, we'll give you the opportunity to do that. But I wanted to use this as an example because I will be referencing this in our free training that we do on January 30th. So we have an idea that we talk about in our trade room that we call it our sweet spot. I don't know of any other place that identifies this particular level the same way that we do. And as you can see here today, it is a little bit of a difficult kind of proposition. Right here at the open, the market was coming down fairly aggressively and came down almost to the tick to this level. But what allows us to be comfortable with it is that we see this level in action day in and day out. And we understand exactly how this works. So as we rallied up into one of our market maker levels up here, we opened just below that level, came down to the structure mid, into the volume weighted average price, rallied, and then came right back down into this level. Now, in fairness, the context of the market had been short over the course of the last 5 trading days. So while I did take it initially at this sweet spot, I did get tagged out at break even as the market kind of rotated around just a little bit. Now, as the market comes back down, we said, okay, that's no problem. If we end up closing and getting above the volume weighted average price and then end up getting above one of our market maker levels here, this is our DS mid, then we felt like we would be pretty comfortable for a rally potentially all the way up here. In fact, into the video, you're going to hear me talk about one of our overnight levels being our first line of resistance right up here at 27.28. In fact, right here is in the overnight session is exactly where the market paused in our overnight session. So this is an overnight level that we were looking at. So in the video, you're going to hear me talk about the fact that we may pause right around that 27.28 level. And then we were going to be looking to rally into this structure signal and then ultimately all the way up to this DS target if this sweet spot would hold. And since I got stopped out at a break-even trade on the pullback the first time through that sweet spot, that the next time we'd be looking for a break above our DS mid. So if we just move this forward a little bit, you'll see that that was the first bar that closed above. We had this bar open, and it's a 5-minute bar, so it's hard to see. You can't really see the pullback into the DS mid, but right here, we got long. We tried to get long at 16. We ultimately moved it up one tick to 17. We talk about it in the video that we may find an initial pause point right here at this 27.28, and that we would be looking to target all the way up to this 52 or 53. And if that was started to go aggressively, then we were going to be looking to target. Really, we talked about targeting all the way up here to 90 potentially. Now, we knew that there was going to be that there were going to be a few roadblocks along the way. We would want to tighten up the stop as we move through it. So as this trade progressed, you'll see that we did get this opportunity to close above our DS mid. And then if you just move this forward slightly, you can see that the market began to move pretty aggressively right up into your DS signal. We had a little bit of a pullback here and then immediately went through that. And this is what we talked about, the expectation level of us moving immediately through that. And then ultimately we were going to try and look to target all the way up into that DS target area. The market comes up. And then this is where it pulls us back and gets us out. So we ended up out at 74, which was 57 ticks times 2 lots. And you got to put the stop somewhere as we rallied up into that 84. But what you'll notice is that a couple of bars later, it goes right up in and takes out that target. Now, I'm not disappointed that I missed 16 ticks from 74 up to 90 area up there. I'm not disappointed in that. But here's the real value of this. And again, we're going to talk about this in our free training class on Thursday the 30th. This sweet spot here, there's an almost 100-tick rally right out of that sweet spot. And again, this was in the face of the market coming straight to the downside and then rallied all the way up to your DS target in one of our market maker levels. So with that being said, that was our opportunity of the day. What you're going to see is me pick up this trade. You're going to hear me get in right here around this 16, 17, and then I'm going to cut the tape into, you're going to hear where I get in. You're going to see the stops. You're going to see the entry. Then I'm going to cut the tape up, speed it up a little bit so we can get through it. And then you'll see exactly where I get out, and you'll be able to see the P&L at the top of the screen. So again, purpose of today's video really is to just show you one of the things that we're going to be training you on here on January 30th. So without further ado, here is that OTG trade of the day. 16 long, stop will be 04. 16 long, stop 04, looking for 52 to 90 possible up above. That's also a continuation off of this sweet spot here. Let's go ahead and put it in and try to get in at 17 if possible. I am in at 17. Stop is still 04, below that initial balance low. The initial balance high up here is 28. That may give you resistance. That also happens to line up with one of your overnight levels up here.